All right, 8th graders. Today is the first day of our next VEXcode VR project. We are going to continue working with this VR program that allows us to do some basic computer programming of a virtual robot. And so as we go through this, we're gonna find that we're just building on a lot of those skills that we learned from the first part of this project that we just finished up. Okay, and so as we go through this today in class, you're just going to review the design notebook, look through kind of what it is. It's set up just like a checklist, just like the last one was, so you can just kind of go through it step by step, checking things off as you go to make sure that everything is completed. And today for day 1, we are going to once again work on vocabulary. As always, please make sure that definitions are in your own words. We want you to understand what the terms mean. We want you to know what they are for you. And so we're asking that you don't copy and paste your answers. And our essential question today is, how can expanding vocabulary help make you smarter? There's a reason why we do vocabulary at the beginning of each unit. And I want you to put in some thought about what an answer to that question might be. How does expanding your vocabulary, learning new terms and new words and the meanings of them, how does that actually help make you smarter? All right, so that's our essential question that should guide us today. Let's open up our design notebooks. You can pause this video while you open up your design notebook. Now that you have your design notebook open, you're ready to go. We have the same color coding system that we have had in the past. Everything with the blue background is a must-do item. Things with the orange backgrounds are things that we should do. And then the pink backgrounds are those things that we should aspire to do, those things that really go above and beyond kind of the expectation. All right? You see under day 1 here today that in class you reviewed kind of this new design notebook and you went through the timeline for the rest of the semester. And then you are completing vocabulary terms. So let's scroll down and find our essential question today. This is the question that you should be able to answer after class. How can expanding vocabulary help make you smarter? Okay, vocabulary again is just the meaning of words known to a person or an individual. So we should be able to go back and answer that question later today. As I continue to scroll down, you have a goal that you should set for yourself. What's something that you'd like to learn or accomplish? Fill in this. Again, your activity today is to complete vocabulary and find definitions to the words, the terms that we give you that are going to help you understand this project a little bit further. And we find our green bar, start, day number 1. So this is what you are going to be working on today. So here you see the definitions: input, we see output, sensor, reaction, control, elapse, Boolean expression. It's a weird term, probably one that most of you have never heard before. Boolean expression, and detect. Okay, so those are the terms that you're going to look for the definitions. We gave you a link to the definition for input. This is an online dictionary. You can click right here on this dictionary, and that will take you to the definition of the word input. Okay, remember always when you are coming up with definitions, consider the context. So our context is computers and computer programming. So if I look through the definition of input here, I see advice, opinion, comment. That's probably not the input I'm looking for. That doesn't really have anything to do with computers and computer programming. Okay. Definition B says information fed into data processing system or a computer. That sounds like the definition that I want. So information that goes into a computer. Okay? The information that goes into a system. So if that's my definition, I'm going to go back and I'm kind of changing this definition around. This definition is rather easy. But I'm going to say that input is information, okay, or data, okay, that goes into a system. So a system could be something like a computer. Okay, it could be the keyboard. When I type things on the keyboard, that's information then, that's sensors, which is one of your vocab words coming up, processes that information to recognize, okay, what is the information? What do I need to respond to as a computer? It could be something where, like advice, where somebody tells me something to do. That's input. I'm taking information in. So I could be a system. Okay, we're specifically talking about computers and those systems, but input could be things beyond computers as well. Okay, so there's my definition in my own terms. I didn't just copy and paste my own terms. So now I can go back. I see my next term is output. I can go back here to the dictionary, and the easiest way, since we gave you this link to a dictionary, is just to change the word up here. Output, hit enter, and here is, again, some of the definitions for output. Again, think of our context. Our context is computers and computer programming. So as you go through these definitions, again, there are, looks like A, B, C, D, E, number 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of different definitions for that word output. What does it mean as it relates to computers and computer processing? All right, so go ahead and finish those definitions. So input, output, sensor, reaction, control, elapse, Boolean expression, and detect. And then one of the changes that we've made to, or one of the things that you see in your design notebook, is you see the daily summary. So once you finish that, you are going to summarize your activities for today. What was something that you learned? What was something that you completed? Just fill in those prompts. And make sure you should aspire, but this is actually more of a should-do thing, but you should aspire to write complete sentences. We're starting the sentences for you. You just need to finish, but consider complete thoughts. Consider punctuation as you write complete sentences. All right? And then you see the end of day 1. You see the red bar. So you can stop for today. So those are your activities for today. Please reach out to your teacher with any questions and finish day number 1, your vocabulary. Good luck.